Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. It's time for another payday prep. And I've got a good payday prep for you guys today, let me tell you. I hit up Costco's and I also hit up, well, my wife and I hit up Walmart when they have their 50% off sales after Christmas sale. So I'm going to give you a little bonus today on this payday prep. So I think by looking at this, it's kind of a mixed match, but this week's payday prep, or this payday prep, because it's every other week, I was concentrating on salt, okay? However, while I was at Costco's, I noticed a few things that the Alaska Prepper can't live without, so I had to get it, okay? So first off, though, let me go ahead and put this out real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, the video that I put up about the thought exercise of the CME, I hope that all of you knew that it was not real, as per the words test, test, test in capital letters in front of the title. Okay, I had to go back and change the name on that video to test, test, test. This is not real, because I got a few comments of people thinking that it was real. Although if you listen to the video, I think around 1 minute and 10 seconds or so, I say this is not real. This is a thought experiment, okay? Unfortunately, I even had a person comment saying that I was doing fear porn. And that's not what I'm about, okay? You're all free to comment whatever you like, of course, as long as there's no expletives in it, which YouTube doesn't like, and I don't like either. And I don't think that the people in this community want that, right? Because it's counterproductive. And it was not an expletive-filled comment that this person left. They just pretty much accused me of doing fear porn. And I would say that that title would be fear porn to people who did not read it and to people who did not listen to the video. All right, so I went ahead and changed the title so that I don't get anyone out there freaking out, because that's not my intent. However, if you did take a look at that title and thought that it was real, what went through your head? That would be a great question for you all. What initially went through your head? If you are one of those few people who thought that this was real, what went through your head? That'd be a great answer. I mean, sorry, a great question if those of you who thought for even a minute that it was real, to put down on the comments. I would love to read those. Okay, so let's cover that real quick. So the video on that is going to premiere tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to work on that video this evening and try to get it uploaded so that it can premiere tomorrow at 8 a.m. Alaska time. Okay, so I would love it if all of you that left a comment, and if you didn't leave a comment, join in. I think it's going to be a great discussion. But today, the discussion is about salt. So if you take a look at the middle of the screen, you're going to see a brown paper bag, all right, behind that Reynolds foil wrap, and it says Morton table salt. Okay, so let's go ahead and cover this really quick. I know that Morton table salt has iodine in it. People will comment that iodine is not good for you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not telling you what to buy. I'm just showing you what I buy. All right, so if you don't feel comfortable with ingesting table salt that has iodine in it, then by all means, please do not. However, make sure that you prep salt, because salt is going to be very important. One question that I will have for you for this video is, can you please leave in the comments a few uses for salt that you may have personally, okay? Don't go on the internet and look up 101 uses for salt and put it on there, but personally, what would you use salt for? All right, from your preps, meaning you can't get salt anymore. All right, you don't live by the coast. I wish I lived by the coast. If I did, I would definitely not prep as much salt, because I know that I'd always be able to make my own salt from seawater. However, I don't. So what would you personally do with your salt that you prepped? What are you prepping salt for? Just please leave 1 or 2 things that you think is critical to use salt for. All right, and of course something that you would personally use it for, okay, without looking it up on the internet, okay, because that's too easy. All right, I want to know what people are thinking, and that way, if someone has different ideas, they can expose it in the comments and everyone can learn from it. Okay, so I got 75 pounds of Morton table salt. Okay, I also have another 25-pound bag in my pantry, which is my working salt. So we usually go through a 25-pound bag in about, I would say, between 2 and 3 years. It usually takes us to go through about 25 pounds of salt. Excuse me. So, which is not bad, which is about roughly 7-8 pounds a year. Okay, so as you can see also here, you can see I got some Himalayan pink salt. Okay, I love the Himalayan pink salt, and I really like to use it. I like to use it in the place of table salt, okay? Because, ladies and gentlemen, that Morton table salt that I purchased, we mainly use that for like cooking, okay? So like if I need to add a little bit of salt to my rice or whatever it is, that's what I mainly use that for. Now these salts right here, like the Himalayan pink salt and the pure sea salt, we use that for like table salt. So that's what we use for like table salt. Although like when we make mashed potatoes, we'll use the sea salt in there, okay? So we have different uses for the different types of salt, but the main purpose of this payday prep here is not necessarily the main purpose, but I want you guys to jot down on the comments what kinds of salt do you use and what do you use it for. What would you use your salt that you prepped for, okay? If you knew you weren't going to be able to get any more salt, okay? So like I said, I wasn't looking for Himalayan pink salt. We already have a little bit on hand, and I was going to actually order some from Amazon. However, 5 pounds of Himalayan, what is it? Yeah, 5 pounds of Himalayan salt, pink salt. These were a little over $5 a piece. So I got 2 of them because these 2 will last us a while to use as like table salt. The pure sea salt, we already have a couple put away, but I thought I'd pick some more up. I consider these pretty expensive. These cost a little less than $3 a piece, and they only have 30 ounces of salt in it. But I really, really like using sea salt, okay? And some of the things that, like these mashed potatoes, which I'm going to go over here in a second, we like using the sea salt in this. I think the flavor is better. But if we need a little extra salt, right here, okay? Now, I picked up some kosher salt, okay, just to have as extra salt, you know, because it's not expensive. So this would make, in my opinion, this makes great table salt, okay, because it only has salt in it, and then it has a anti-caking ingredient in it that's, I guess, kosher, okay, and doesn't have any iodine in it as well. Okay, so I got a couple of these, and the reason I got them is because they're extremely inexpensive right now. I do believe that I picked those up for just a little over $2 a piece at Walmart. Okay, I also got some canning and pickling salt, okay, that are kosher as well from the Morton company. All right, so I got all that salt right there, and I think this is a great prep. What I'm going to do with this salt is the bags I'm going to transfer into Mylar bags into 5-gallon buckets. All right, put them away. All right, these salts right here I'm going to leave right in their containers, okay? Because ladies and gentlemen, if you put away salt, let's say for example in a 5-gallon Mylar bag, you don't have to add an oxygen absorber in there, okay? Salt is a mineral, and bugs are not going to eat away at salt. All you have to do is just make sure that you keep it nice and dry, okay? And that's why I like to put my things in a Mylar bag, because they are not penetrable by air. Therefore, there's no moisture that can get into the bag, okay, other than whatever moisture was in there when you bagged it. So you just want to make sure that the salt is nice and dry when you put it in there, okay? These I'm leaving in their packets. I don't see why I have to take these out of their packets. All right, these ones right here that are in the cardboard box, I'm just going to take these, I'm going to put them in a food saver bag and seal them. All right, that way no moisture will be getting in there. Okay, and even if a little bit of moisture does get in your salt, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be good. It may get clumpy and a little hard, but all you got to do is just grind it down, and it should be good. Okay, so now getting on to some of the other things that I bought. Foil paper or foil tin foil. There are dozens and dozens, if not hundreds, of uses for tin foil. Okay, anything from making a Faraday cage, you know, a on-the-spot Faraday cage to protect some electronics, okay, to using it for cooking, to using it for lining a piece of cardboard so you can eat off of, etc., etc., etc. You can use tin foil for so many things, and I think it's a great idea to have as much as you can, all right, on hand, in the case that you cannot get anymore. And also with tin foil, it seems that every year the price gets higher. So I recommend that if you guys are out there and you have an extra $15, $20, that you go ahead and grab a huge roll like this. This is 1,000 square foot of tin foil. All right. I would say at a minimum, keep at least one of these packs put away. And another thing that I got is, if you look down there under the tin foil, you'll see that I got some plastic food wrap. And you can't have enough plastic food wrap as well. Okay, many uses for this as well. And as you can see, that is a 3,000 square foot box. And I don't remember the exact price on that plastic food wrap, but it was less than $20. And on the tin foil, I think it was just over $20. Okay, so now let me tell you about these guys. I put these potatoes in my preps. Okay. Why? Because they are delicious. And if you guys see my food pantry video, the one where I was showing off my food pantry video and also told you guys a story about what's going on in Venezuela, I think it's a little over a year ago maybe that I did that, or close to a year ago, you probably saw these in my pantry. And let me tell you why I like these so much. First of all, they're delicious. Okay, these are sold at Costco's. All right. And the ingredients in these potatoes are Idaho potatoes, and the peel of the potato is included, okay? It has butter and sea salt, all right? It says contains milk. Those are the ingredients. Potatoes, butter, sea salt, and a little bit of milk. That's it. And we've been eating these potatoes for years. And when we moved up to Alaska, there was not a Costco's near us, so I ended up buying some of these off of Amazon, and they are very pricey at Amazon. They are about $14, $15 per pack, and I noticed that our Costco has it, and I picked these babies up for $7 and change a pack. So I picked up 3 packs, and I almost want to go back and pick up some more because they last a really long time. All right, the ones that I have in my pantry right now are a couple of years old. I have not put them in any kind of jar or any preserve them in any way, and they're still fine, absolutely fine. What I'm thinking about doing with these is I'm thinking about maybe buying a few more of these boxes, enough to fill up a 5-gallon bucket, and put an oxygen absorber in there. And of course, if I do that, these come in 14 individually wrapped packages, and the packs that they come in, they're a little deceptive because it doesn't look like a lot, but one of these packs makes enough mashed potatoes to feed a family of 4 extremely well. Okay, extremely well. All right, and let's take a look. You're looking at 112 servings for one of these boxes. There's 112 servings in it. Okay, and each serving, prior to preparing it as per instructions, okay, because when you're preparing it with the instructions, they're asking for some milk, they're asking for some butter, okay, but each serving prior to preparing it per instructions is 80 calories. So you're looking at almost 9,000 calories, all right, if not more. I'm not going to do the math right now. So you're looking at 80 times 112, so that's 8,960. 8,960 calories for a little less than $8. I think that's a great deal, okay? So that's that. But if you guys have not tried these mashed potatoes, look them up. Let me see if you can give you a better picture of this. All right. It says Honest Earth, all natural, creamy mash. All right. And it's sold at Costco. However, if you don't have a Costco near you or a way of getting these near you, then you can always order one off of Amazon to see if you like it. But I really think you're going to like these. These are so good. Okay. So that's what I got for my payday preps as far as consumables go. Okay. And what I mean by consumables is that you eat this stuff with the exception, of course, of the foil and the plastic. If you eat foil and plastic, there's probably something wrong with you. All right, so this is not really part of my preps, but I got an extra one right here to show you guys because I love this seasoning. Okay, adobo is number 1. Okay, number 2 is sazon goya, the one that comes in the little packets, and this right here is my 3rd favorite seasoning. It's the Montreal steak seasoning. I think this seasoning is very versatile. What I like to do with it is I like to grind it a little more. It's really coarse. This is a really coarse seasoning. All right, and it's meant for steaks, but it works, as far as I'm concerned, it works on almost anything that you put it on. So I like to put this in a grinder and grind it up a little fine. It goes a little longer that way, all right, and the taste is distributed a little bit more. And this thing right here lasts us a long time. We've got one right now that's probably up to here, and we've probably had that for a year or two. Okay, and we use this mainly on our steaks, all right, when we cook them out in the grill. So that's why they last us so long, all right? It's not something we use all the time, but this is a very good seasoning if you've never tried it. So I wanted to show you something else that's not really a prep, but it's something that if you may want to try, you can go ahead and try. So let me tell you a story. So every time I don't travel, I hate traveling. I hate going through the airports. I hate having to deal with the agents at the gates. So I will not get on a plane. Plain and simple. So I'm never leaving Alaska unless that situation changes in the future. And I don't see it changing anytime soon. However, I digress. Every time that my wife travels, they give these cookies in the airplane. So in the airplane, they always get 1 or 2 of these little packs of cookies. And my wife knows that I love these cookies. And every time she travels, she always brings me back a little pack. And I very, very much enjoy them. All right. And like when I eat the 2 cookies that come in the pack, it's like my soul is deflated because I know it's going to be a long time before I get another one. All right. So I'm walking through Costco's and my daughter, it wasn't even me, it was little Miss Alaska Prepper. She's like, Dad, look. And I looked at these things and I'm like, oh my goodness, there is a Lord in heaven above. These things, ladies and gentlemen, if there's not a Costco's near you, or if you can't buy these near you, I know that they sell these in Amazon. I was going to buy some at Amazon, but they're a lot cheaper in Costco's. I think at Amazon they were like $8 or $9 each. And these were a little over $6. And they bring a lot of cookies. They bring like 180 cookies or so. Let me see. How many cookies do these things bring? So you're looking at 32 times 4 is 120, 128. This little pack brings 128 cookies. And you don't need a lot of them. All right. You maybe need 2 or 3. Serving size is 4 cookies. But if you have 2 or 3 of these with your coffee, these are delicious. So I highly recommend that you try these out. And I'm not sponsored or anything like that by any of these brands that I'm showing off to you guys, okay? I'm just showing you what I got on my haul. Let's see, what else? Okay, so we are ready to do our, what do you call it? 50% off sale at Walmart. So let me show you guys what I got. I got some really awesome deals at Walmart. Okay, so razor blades, and these are like the good ones. These are the 5-blade disposable razor blades. All right, this was, I think, $2.50. All right, these were $2.50. All right, if I remember right, I'm pretty sure. All right, so I got 2 of these. Okay, I think that's a great deal. I also got this. It's a Gillette Razor set. It comes with a shaving cream, and it comes with a a handle with 4 blades for $4. I ended up getting 4 of these. I don't shave that often. As you can see, I mainly sport a beard. But this is a great thing to have, ladies and gentlemen. These things are not going to get cheaper, all right, later on. They're only going to get more expensive. And my favorite way to buy these things are every year. Either my wife goes by herself because I can't stand shopping too much. But this year I went with her. And I got 4 of these because this is such a great deal. $4 for this little pack. And you can't ever have too many blades. I bet you this right here one day may be a very good barterable item. Okay. Another thing that I got. They only had one of these, so I only got one of these. This was $4. This was $4, and it's a set of utility knives of different kinds. Okay. I'm always losing utility knives. And I've got a couple of boxes of utility blades that will fit this kind and this kind. I've got a couple of boxes of 100 that I picked up a couple years ago for like $5. So I got plenty of blades for these. And you can't ever have enough of these. This is not just for building or crafts. You can actually use this to skin an animal if you had to. Okay, if that's the only thing that you had. All right. So I only got one of those. That was only $4. And I got 2 of these because these were also $4 a piece. But you get 3 blades in them with 3 knives. Like I said, I have a bunch of utility blades that I have saved up. But these are ones that you can easily put in your pocket and carry around if you need to. If you don't have a knife, all right, because you can't afford a knife, and you have $4, you got 3 knives, all right? You know, this is better than not having anything at all. And I think this will make a great barterable item too. More than likely, I'll probably end up using these because I'm always losing utility knives. So it's nice to have cheap ones that if I lose them, they're gone. You know, it's not a big deal. So I got a couple of these. But for $4, I think it was a great deal. Now, the last thing that I got, I just want to show you guys that anyone can prep, all right, at any price point. Okay? So someone left a comment on one of my previous videos that I was reading, and they said that if something happens where we couldn't get any more food or something like that, that they would just buy a gun and dispatch themselves. Okay. And I asked them a question on the reply. I asked them, how much were you planning on buying on paying for that pea shooter that you're going to buy? And they never replied back. But I was hoping that they would say, yeah, about $100, $200. I'm like, well, I was going to tell them, well, you can prep with a couple $100. You can prep enough basic nutrition with a couple $100 to last you 3 to 6 months. All right. And if you can't afford a flashlight, ladies and gentlemen, you know, or a lantern, let's say you don't have a good flashlight or a lantern for the house. Look at these. These are Christmas lights. It's a 100 pack. Okay, these only use like 50 something watts, which is kind of a lot when you compare it to an LED. But if you don't have an LED, if you can't afford to buy alternative lighting for your home, given that we still have the grid or that you have a way of getting electricity, okay, ladies and gentlemen, you can always get a few of these. These were $1.14 a piece. All right, I paid just a little over a penny per light bulb on these, and these only use up about 50 plus watts. I believe it's about 50 plus watts per 100 lights. And even though 50 plus watts is kind of a lot when you compare it to LED, guess what? This will still light up your home if it's the only thing you can afford. So do not. I caution people to don't give up. Okay. Don't give up because you don't have any money. Because there's always a way for you to make money. Okay? Don't give up if you don't have all of the preps that you think you need, because slow and steady wins the race. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, slow and steady wins the race. Now, if you have $100,000 that you're going to prep with, by all means, get it all at once. You know, get it all at once. Make your list and go shopping. That'd be awesome. All right. One and done, you're done. All right. If you just want to inventory everything once in a while or add it, you're done. Right. But not very many people have all of the money that they need in order to get all of the preps that they feel they need for whatever area they live in. Okay, so don't be discouraged because you don't have money. I mean, look at this right here. This is 3 knives for $4. This is 3 knives for less than a Starbucks cup of coffee, all right, or a latte. Or I think a cup of coffee is like $2.50 at Starbucks, but a latte, all right, a latte costs more than that. Last I remember, because I don't patronage Starbucks, but this is $4. You can have lights inside your house for $1.14. Okay. And I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I wanted to show you one last thing that I got from this little payday prep haul. And this is the last thing I'll show you. You see these? These are all of the plastic bags that all this stuff came in. Now, do you ladies and gentlemen think that I'm going to throw these away? Absolutely not. These will end up in a big plastic tote that's full of these, because these, ladies and gentlemen, could one day be very useful, all right, in any kind of a crisis situation. You're always going to make garbage, all right? Worst case scenario is that you put these over a garbage can and you sit on it, take care of your business, and then go throw this in a hole that you buried out back or burn it in a burn barrel. Worst case scenario, all right? But it's always nice to have extra bags, because these will be pretty handy if you can't get them anymore. Think of all of the things that you use these things for. All right, I usually take one of these to work every day with my lunch. All right, or at least when I used to eat lunch. I'm doing that intermittent stuff, which has been put on hold for the holidays, by the way. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, my intermittent fasting has been put on hold for the holidays, but I will pick it right back up as soon as the holidays are over. And as far as I'm concerned, the holidays aren't over until the 2nd of January. So there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I hope that you've gotten some good ideas from this video. Like I said, my main purpose for doing these videos is not to tell you what to buy. It's to give you ideas that maybe you had not thought of before. Like these. Wouldn't these things make a great little barter item if you ever had to have them? Right? And even if you don't ever have to use them for barter, everyone knows that having a nice little sharp utility blade around is always a handy thing to have. Okay, so it's just giving you ideas of what you may want to get compared to the things that I'm showing you here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I truly hope that you got a lot out of this video. If you got something out of it, please give it a thumbs up and share. Okay, let's keep growing our community, because reaching and teaching and repeating is the key. Exponential expansion is the key. If we all share information with other people, especially people that we love, that information will be received by a lot more people than just you watching it. Okay, so I very much appreciate you guys stopping by today and checking this out. Stand by for the premiere chat video that I will be putting up for Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Alaska time. Okay, it should be a lot of fun. We've been getting a lot of comments, all right, on that video, so it should be a lot of fun. I'm not sure if we'll get too many more viewers on it after I changed the title, but really, ladies and gentlemen, having said that, I was not trying to clickbait on that video, right? If I do clickbait, I'll tell you, just like on that kitty cat video that I did, that was clickbait. And it's the first thing I told you when I started off that video, okay, is that was clickbait. But of course, all of you that saw that video know that I did that for a reason. However, if I am going to do a clickbaity video, I will put on there, you know, that I will tell you right away, this is clickbait, all right? And then it'll give you a chance to get off of that video before you invest too much time in it, okay? But please read the titles before you click on the video. And that video I put up is set test test test. I'm still beside myself that some people actually thought that was real. So however, having said that, please remember to support the channel just by doing some basic things like using my Amazon link. If you're in the realm of getting some precious metals, please consider using SD Bullion link that I have in the description. should be after you take a look and see if there are any local coin shops in your area. Okay, I recommend going to a local coin shop first. But if you can't find any in your area, I'd appreciate you using the SD Bouillon link. It does help to support the community. All right. Also, please let 1 or 2 ads run through now and then. All right. That helps to support the channel as well. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, having said that, I hope that you guys have had a great holiday week. All right. Can't wait to do our live chat for tomorrow. So remember to be good to each other, because when good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. This is Alaska Prepper, and I'm out.